tried from here for ages and never have done, so I'm going to have a look at that. Go on, I'll throw it back to you there, Paul, and then perhaps you throw it round to Ian, mate. 2E0SQK, B0DGP in the group.
I do, you know, so there's a little antenna, I think it's just one day. For me, anything sub 15 minutes set up and tear down from stopping, you know, right, I'm working AFC, right, stop off this, back to the bike, and walk away. That's do 15 minutes each side, I'll call it a day. And yeah, funny enough, you mentioned the I've got a little red thing here, I'm going to play with that. Over another television channel, so I can make that into I was looking at the side over so I had a good way of it, so yeah, there's a few plans to do. I do that always, something that I can get away with either top time or social media. Yeah, if you get an update, mate, let me know you get on it, right? Outside of social media, whatsoever, and I'll be on call on that. But yeah, you take down and look at that, mate, and I'll pass it back round to Ian and see what's that right to Ian, it's 6 ELW from 20SK. Yeah, like I say, it's good you're back on and everything. And I'm pretty pleased myself here at the moment. Just trying to get the SDR right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll be on a bit more often now and not boring everybody. So yeah, who knows where I'll copy you, because I do quite well from here, mate. So you're certain directions, of course. So you never know where you may be. Yeah, man. 2-0. There is going to be some difference, you know. Like Paul was saying before, studio mics and my studio mic set up. So I'm going to be digging that out over the next couple of days or so, and connecting that up. So I'll be on with mine having a play, which I've been looking forward to. I've had the kit for quite a long time. You know, and I've bits out and upgraded here, there and everywhere, but never quite actually managed to get it all together, and you know, shock mounts and everything, you know. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to going on SSB and what do you call it, and giving it what for. I'll set it up in VHF, and then it'll all be set up then for when I just need to connect it up to the HF radio. So yeah, lots to play with all round, mate. And winter's coming now, so you know we need little winter projects in hand, pal. week if you want. I've got an adapter we can use to test it and a lead, which shouldn't be an issue. Yeah. Are you around this week at some point? Sorry, Ian. Ninja spoke right all over. I didn't hear any of that. What I'll do is I'll catch you up and we'll sort something out, yeah? Alright, bro. Right, I'll leave you to it, yeah? I'll see you both later. Too easy, GP clear for the night. No, lovely hearing you, like I say. Just nice hearing someone on 300 as well. Happy days. Right, okay, I'm out of here, lads. Catch you later, yeah? Yeah, bye. Cheers. 7-3.
I never hear anyone on it apart from that social bit, so just it is just really not radio. Round the house, you have to radio is used to us. So I know I to sit down at the volume down and forget. I don't hear anything for hours and hours. Evening, young'un. Very well, mate. Now, see you on the radio for a change. Yeah, that's normally a very, very good start, that, Ian. Yeah, you're not the first one to do it, mate, and you'll definitely not be the last one, are you? one, but it's Mike 8 instead of 2E0. You got 5 and 9 in, to be quite honest with you, mate. That's extremely good from where you are and what you're operating. Why not? I'm just trying to reprogram the ID52, which is I've done easiest task of what the fleet will bestow, and my life's been a lot easier. Returning. Yeah, I've not tried bouncing off the wall yet, but little things in it that I need to sort out. I've got the proper software from Michael. I've just got the proper lead from Michael as well. So yeah, we'll have a play with it and see what we come up with. I'll probably just ring somebody. We'll fix this radio. I can't. Like a pram there, my little brother. I'm just going to restart this thing and hope for the best. Nice to hear you on anyway, mate, and anybody else that's listening. And I'll catch you very soon, mate. Nice one, little brother. I'll catch you soon, mate. You take care. my pleasure. 8 going clear. Catch you later, buddy. Bye bye. Take care, Bubbles. And thanks for testing that network stuff, mate. I think I sorted out for you just for Tuesday. And when you get that sorted, mate, so yeah, cheers back. Don't please, pal. I'll speak to you soon. Alright, cheers, Paul. I'll put my catcher on the other line. like the reason it's on, mate. So that's my idea. I can get a full set together. Something I can just, you know, I can nip out, go do a bit. Arriving where I'm going to operate, so like this is where I'm doing it. But even if I'm already on the air, that's it now. And I'm going to get to the end of it. No more than 15 minutes, back in up the boat. That's light, possibly. That's the goal, that's my dream. That's what I want to try and do. I've got a few ideas to do with that. Once you get the 8 on 8 up and running, mate, it's very close. That, most of that kind of stuff and kind of I had a railway, the voice of the world, that's really lovely. Take that out, that will give you one, don't think it's useful, you don't need to support. So, have a play with that, don't play it. And I've got enough space for you, and I'm trying to get these, take that, set it on the pole, that's the always on, mate, if you're ever out and about. But so, like, drop us an email, WhatsApp, and do some RF stuff. So, yeah, you take care, buddy, and hopefully it's not too long till bring you on air again from 2 Likewise, it's been a pleasure. And I say, next time you're over that neck of the woods, mate, give us a shout, quick call, just for the morning. And see if I can get to help out get down there. So great to know you, mate, we'll visit the city and the way. So yeah, you take care, mate. From 20 put the work in place. And thanks for keeping our mate.
outskirts of Doncaster near South Emsall. Back to you.
Yeah, 70MB returning. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know where you are now. So out towards sort of, it's out like Pontefract way-ish out there, isn't it? Yeah, it should get pretty much line of sight here, directly down Big Hill. So yeah, not sure how I'll get to your node though. I shall give that a try.
G7AA returning. Peter should be able to work through my node, shouldn't he?
I've no idea. If you give him the frequency of the tone, and obviously it's simplex, so transmits and receives on the same frequency, then go ahead. I just don't know. My geography, unfortunately, is pretty poor in your neck of the woods, but obviously your local knowledge, is fairly sure there's a good path there. So, yeah, go back to you, Robin. Let him know the frequency of the tone, and then we'll stand by. He can tune it in and see if he can get in. Back to you, Robin.
I haven't got the deal with the frequency. I won't believe it. I've left before it's house, and it doesn't display the frequency on my radio either. Yeah, I'll have to pass on that one. I don't know why I didn't think that I would need my frequency and the CTS tone. Well, I don't know. We're a dumb. I don't know. But I'm sure if he scans around, he should pick it up anyway. Obviously, he'll not hear the audio, but certainly pick up the signal. Right, yeah. I'll give it a miss this time. But if you pick us up again, Owen, I'm not always on the radio, but I do listen a lot. I'll give you a call and pass on the frequency. Or if you're on QRZ, I can email you the frequency and the tone setting there from G7AA.
G7RPG, just jumping here, right? You're showing up as 4300875. Robert, does that ring any bells? Would you know what the tone is?
Yes, you're right on the frequency. Just bear with me. I'll get the tone.
M-RU. Tones 114.8. M-RU.
If you pick that up, the CTS tone is 114.8.
Back to the group. I've picked that up as frequency 430.0875 and 114.8. If that's correct, I shall switch on to the Atlantic. out there as well. Sorry about that. You got pushed to the side there for a minute, but just quickly go back to the 90. Why would you prefer the longer wheelbase? What benefit would that be? Certainly off-roading and stuff. You know, the thing I'm thinking is got AR. RPG for the avoid me doubt.
Oh, if you're worried about the zombie apocalypse, go and get a Snatch. You can't beat a nice Snatch. You know, it's tanks a lot of loads of them, and you don't have to do all that rubbish of checker plate and all that. Get some decent armor plate, bulletproof glass and some screens. Yeah, it all comes standard on a nice Snatch. So that would be my answer to that one. 90 is too short, and 110 is a little bit long. Even Lover admitted they did actually make some for the Swiss Army. 100-inch wheelbase Defender. The 100-inch wheelbase is the perfect wheelbase for all off-road stuff, which is why Range Rovers are so good off-road, or certainly the original ones were, because they were 100-inch width, absolute perfection. But I'd have a 110 for the simple reason I can live in the back of it, which is impossible in a 90, even if you remove the bulkhead removal bar. It's still not big enough. It's just not enough. But you can get a nice alley cab lifting route on the 110 and turn it into a sort of modern day Dormobile type thing, So yeah, every with shadow. If somebody offered me a 90, I would refuse it unless I could trade it in to get a 110. Having had a 110 and wished I'd never got rid of it. I kick myself every time I think about it. It was a beast, an absolute beast. There was nothing that would stop that. Yes, it had a big set of bull bars on the front, and it had the big heavy-duty winch bumper. In fact, I made the winch bumper myself, and it was actually, I think I made it out of 6mm plate. It was, oh dear, you could push the Titanic with that. It was a fantastic bit of kit, but yeah, I would never ever watch it. And I'm the patience in the world. So if somebody else wants to come on and to a different topic, then fine, I'll stand by. So back to Owen, seeing how he's getting on. 20 LRB.
I just had a quick shout out from
Peter. I hope Robin never put
with that 114.8
echo link has an echo link. His thing, because his call sign will be areas, so to speak. So back to you, Peter. 20 LRV.
Double trouble. Owen came back there through RP, but I didn't quite catch what he said. I think that he did manage to make it. Again, Owen.
7 feedback to group. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about talking over someone. I just give it a quick on that node on 430.0875. Didn't seem to get anything on there, so I just came on this frequency to say
say so. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, but that's not working for me. But I'll send you back. I believe that was you again. Was it Peter? M7 back to the group.
Yeah, okay, Owen, yeah, all copied there. Yeah, no, it wasn't anybody's fault. I think you just both keyed up at the same time, and unfortunately it was kind of a bit of a mishmash. But give a try for PM. By the way, not all, most of the GB3 repeaters on the HubNet system are on hilltop sites, not stuff running in people's back gardens. You know, they've got massive coverage, and they're, you know, I think PM's 1,500 feet ASL on a tower, and the one you're working on is on a commercial site tower as well, so that's why you, but give a try for PM. It's long shot, let's say it's beam, well, it's a 3-element beam, it's a cardioid pattern beam, specifically to null behind the beam, which is on in the Manchester area on the frequency pair. I know there's a big hill in the way, but there's also people on top of the hills as well, so that can be a problem. Give that one a try, because you will be off the side of it, which is typically not a good place to be, but it is powerful and it is very high. So quickest way to listen is 430-900 for PM, and if you can hear me on there now, then you'll definitely, if you can hear it, you'll be able to get back into it. Back to you, Owen. This is G7RPG.
Back to you. Yeah, just the thing is that 77, probably not going to get as much out of that as I would on 2 meters. But I'll dial that up now while you lot carry on, and I'll see what I can get back to the group.
Yeah, okay, I'll chuck it up in the air. I know Robin called in, and we got Gordon as well. Does anybody else want to make a shout, or either of those two, or anybody else? Speak now, or ever hold your peace. This is G7RPG.
G7 returning. Yeah, I don't want to hijack your channel. I was interested in listening to what you and Les were speaking about while I'm doing this job. But no, I don't want to break up your chat there. It was just curiosity that I heard the station saying he was up Home Firth way. As I say, if I step outside on the drive, I can see straight over to Home Firth line of sight. So yeah, it's a bit strange that he can't hear me, but that's real. Anyway, I'll pass it over to Les. And then he can pass it back round. I'll just sit outside and listen. From G7ANA.
Yeah, no, thanks, Robin. Yeah, no, as I say, I think Owen's got a bit between his teeth, so I'm going to bow out as well and let Owen sort out where he can get to, if he can work through conveniently, you know. It's all good fun. I mean, I'm very lucky where I am. I've got liners to GP3HN, and also pretty good. I don't know if it's exactly line of sight, but it's good enough. The GB6CC down in Cheltenham, so I'm fine. But I can get, you know, being right in the Midlands, just south of Birmingham, there's a lot of repeaters I can get into, which makes life very, very easy for me. Plus, I hear a lot of people, especially to the south and the west of me, on as well. So it's a great place to play radio. And then a lot of the time, I'm actually using the All-Star now. It's connected to all sorts of places. You know, I've been on 3 3 different American nets today, so that's always good fun. But, you know, it's horses for courses. I find the All-Star nodes are very convenient. So much I very rarely switch the HF radio on. In fact, I've got some work to do to the HF dipole antenna, coax. Oh, you're going to love this, Peter. Somebody gave me a load of coax. A guy, he started in the hobby. He'd not long been in the hobby, and then for some personal reason he couldn't do it anymore. And he just said, you know, does anybody want all this gear? And he put it through the local club reflector, and I went, yeah, I'll have it, you know. And he gave me a load of coax. There's 150 foot of what is it? Is it Ultraflex 10? And what's the? And then there's another 100 foot of Hyperflex 8, I think, or 7. I was looking for a spare bit of coax, say, cutting into the drum of 213, and suddenly found this stuff and went, oh my God, because I offered to give the guy some money for it. He said, no, take it away. And the desk mic, the ICOM desk mic I'm using, and a key and all the rest of it. Anyway, back to you, Peter. Hello, LRV.
Yeah, okay, Les. Well, I'm going to back out of here as well. I think I've had my fair share, but it's been good fun. Nice to speak to you. It's been a week or so since we had a catch up. And good night to Owen, to Robin, to the station that keeps connected with the Squelch Open, and also to Gordon as well. I'll say 7-3. This is G7RPG closing down.
Cheers and beers, Peter. Cheers and beers, Owen. Hopefully we'll hear you again in the future. Waving a hand to Gordon up north, and also to Robin. So again, 2-0 LRV. I've had my fair share as well, so I'm going to shut up and go away. Cheers and beers, guys, and cheers to all the shortwave listeners as well. Hopefully we've kept you mildly entertained, if not slightly mildly. So this is 2-0 LRV, clearing HubNet, and saying good night to everyone.
7-3 is Peter, 7-3 is Les, and the station up Scotland there. Thanks for clarifying my tone there. 7-3 Owen, if you're still listening from G7A.
Yeah, M70MP. Just, I don't know if you can just quickly confirm whether this is any better. I've just found a gateway which is coming through crystal clear back to me now. It's simplex, but this is sounding good, so I don't know if I'm getting on that. If so, well, I'm just shouting into the dark. M70MP, 7-3Q.
I'll just check I've got it. 2-0 NRV return to M7MP. Yes, it was a little bit noisy at this end to the one you were coming in before. So this one's a little bit noisy. On that HubNet monitor thing, hubnetwork.uk, there's a listen thing there, and you can listen live or listen back to the last, I think it's hour or so that's recorded, and you can actually make your own judgment on the audio, because it's an awful lot safer for you to make your own judgment on your audio rather than get spurious reports, conflicting reports from lots of different people, because what they're telling you is what they're hearing from their repeater or node or whatever, rather than what the system's actually hearing. So much better to go on there, you know, have a few overs, go on there and listen. So try one, have a decent over on that, and then listen to it, and then try another one, another node, another repeater, and then have a listen to that and make your own judgment. That's an awful lot safer and a lot better way of doing it. So hopefully that helps. And anyway, it's perfectly repeatable. MIAV in Bradford. But it's just a little bit noisier at this end, a little bit more noise underneath you, whereas the other one was almost noise-free, but a little bit lower, so swings and roundabouts, swings and roundabouts. Make judgment, have a look on the listen thing on the Hub Network, UK site. It is 2 LRV.
M7OMP returning. Yeah, I appreciate that, Les. I shall do that. I shall go and have a little listen and see what the result of all this is. I've got a couple of options now there anyway, depending on what sounds good and what the conditions are. I'll not take it, it's after 10 now, so thank you to anybody who's still listening for that little bit of a chat and the knowledge and everything, and I shall wish you all the best. Good night. So M7OMP 73 is unclear.
Cheers, India Zone 20 LRV clear. M9 SRU also clear. For a 4x4, Peter, get yourself a Talbot Rancho. You can always stick all your antennas rack. Or failing that, a Ladder Neva 73. Talbot Rancheros, fiberglass body. Never used at all as a radio car. And it's only two-wheel drive. It is Gordon, 20 LRV. Yeah, but they still looked nice back in me. They were different. I think it was the fact of the two extra headlights or movable lights at the top. Little Neva. I had a Neva, one of them. Swapped it for a Jimmy. Catch you later, Wes. Cheers to now.
MM9 SRU. This is GM5TAY. How you doing, Gordon?
If you know the car, you know what I mean. But yeah, no, I've got 4 kids. Still only could only seat 3 on the back seat, 1 in the front. But luckily that was enough. But yeah, that's how I know they're only two-wheel drive, and they were absolutely underneath the boxes. But the fiberglass body always looked good. As long as it wasn't a sunny day, it was like a how can I put it, solar oven. Cheers and beers, Gordon. 2 years ago, LRV definitely clear this start. Yeah, catch you later, Wes, all the best. GMTTAY. It's a new one. Evening, Harry. Trust you're well. It does help when you send the paperwork. It makes it so much easier.
Well, I didn't ask us for that in the first place, so as soon as you asked, asking you shall receive, Gordon. That's all I'd said. Back to you.
I did put it on Dundee's website. I think. Everywhere else, I think. Should I put it on Dundee's? It just makes life easier, Gary. It saves me ping pong in it. Because obviously I was over in Fife. Took me 4.5 hours public transport to get back from Fife. Absolutely ridiculous. A92. I hope you're not planning on coming down there, but that was a nightmare. City bypass was a nightmare. Glen Otis was just a nightmare as well. we can't get down the streets now because we've got this parking on the pavement ban. Everybody's parking on the road. The buses can't get down. So absolute nightmare. And they say it's better to use public transport for the bit. Nah. The train's too expensive. But now you're sounding good. If does anybody else over the club if you let them ken, just to save the hassle and just pop in the paperwork. It saves me ping-ponging back and forward because usually I've sort of backing them up now instead of just doing them instantly. I'm just doing like checking every hour. I've been at it for the last 2 and a bit weeks now. M9SRU.
GM5TAY. Returning. Yeah, I'll copy Gordon. Well, actually, I'd had some bother, like, been trying to get this changed for nearly, well, since the 10th or 11th. Whenever you were first able to change it, and the website was just not letting me do it. So I think I phoned them 5 times, emailed them a couple of times, got a couple of tickets raised, etc., etc. And I was actually just going to leave it, and then I logged in this morning. And I was like, Christ, I can get in. So the document didn't come through until this afternoon, so which is fine. But all good. I'm glad I got it. It was actually Colin that gave me the idea. He was originally going to go for this, but he couldn't get it, so he ended up going for LAW, which is he spends that much time up there. It's probably right enough, but anyway, there you go. No, I just heard your dulcet tones there. I was just locking up the shark, and I thought give you a wee shout and say thank you for getting the radio ID sorted out.
M9SRU returning. Should be MM9, but it's my prerogative. No bother, Gary. And I seen Colin's one. I think I done that the other night. It was just before Kev's night, I think, on TVS. Question for you, right? I think there's a bit of a flaw somewhere, right? I may be wrong. There's a wee glitch because there's quite a lot of M7s suddenly becoming full calls straight away. So I don't know if there's a glitch where an M7 can suddenly become an M5, but I'm saying no, it's not my problem. M9SRU.
I'm sure they'll sort it out, whatever it is. I'm glad I got it changed finally. I wasn't happy at the time when I got my full call because GM, the G5 call, I'd heard in the grapevine through, Facebook and all that sort of stuff. I think it was his name, Rev, and the other guy, there was another, Stu, I think as, I'd seen those call signs, they'd managed to get them, and I passed my test the day before, so I applied for a G5 call, and they said, oh no, that was a mistake, should never have got it. I was like, okay, fair enough, and took the XET, which in hindsight should never have done because of the X-ray part of it, but 2 weeks later, G5 got released, and I was like, for crying out loud. So couldn't go back and change it. So first opportunity that come, happy days. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Just need to remember how we hit to say it and not able to call. Anyway, better crack on. I'm not probably, if I do go through Fife, I'll not be coming down your way. I usually head through just up the which you can just come down the 92 off Aiken Ross and just head through, what do you call it again? Oh God, I can't remember the name of the wee village. So we just head, if I'm coming back that way. But I'd heard there was some roadworks and stuff like that going on down there, where the roadworks between Dundee and Perth are, so that should be a bit odd. But there you go. Anyway, good to speak to you. I'll catch up with you later on. I think it's MM9SRU as your regional locator call. GM5TAY.
Yeah, fine, Gary. Catch up with you later. I remember just briefly there was a big rumpus about a foundation up here, up in Scotland. Never heard of them again. Suddenly went from M3 to M5 because it was his granddad's call sign and he wanted it and they allocated it long before the changes affected. Never ever heard them back on again. But there you go. Strange things happen. At least you got some. I still say they should bring back the good old ladies at Bristol. They were better at doing it. You phoned them up and they went through and sorted it for you. And I think we should pay for it as well. Did I say that out loud? Catch you later, Gary. Cheers and out.
Cheers, Gordon. GM5TAY, clear.
Just a quick question, Gordon. This is G7RPG, by the way. Do you watch the late break on YouTube by any chance?
Either Pierre. No. I don't. I may have come if you sort of enlighten me a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's Johnny Smith from the Fifth Gear on Channel 5. He's just done a thing about the Rancho, and I've wondered whether that's where your tip came from then. Back to you.
No, I just remember them, Peter. It was unusual. I had a Sunbeam back in the day, and that was the next step up. Was the Rancho, but I never progressed to that. I'm kind of glad I didn't now after Leslie's recommendation. But the Neva, that was a good buzz about. But no, I haven't. I know what you're on about now. The Top Gear, Fifth Gear thing. I don't watch a lot of car shows. I used to watch Top Gear back in the day, like many, but then it got just a bit ridiculous. I mean, it went from the average car to a thing that you couldn't afford, so it wasn't for the everyday person, Peter. Anyway, I'm going to bow out. Going to get a bite to eat. I'm starving. As I said, 4.5 hours from. I would have been quicker swimming. It's only 19 miles from Fife to here.
Well, don't let me keep you from your haggis supper, but just have a look on YouTube for the late show, and then maybe just put Rancho in the search thing, and they're doing basically a swap for the Rancho body and a Subaru undercarriage, which I think is going to fit, or certainly the engine and running gear and what have you. So I thought that's maybe where you got that from. But I believe the Rancho was the kind of precursor for the Discovery, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know which one came first, but certainly very similar. Anyway, good night, Gordon 73 G7RPG.
Yeah, catch up with you later, Peter. And yeah, I'll have a look at that. It'll give me something to watch tonight instead of what I've been watching lately. The Ark of the Covenant and various tinfoil conspiracy things, and about old radio, wireless stuff during the war and such like. I think I sent you one of the links that I was watching as well. Okay, catch you later. Cheers now. 9SRU. Cheers now.
Becoming between 1900 and 21.
American Survey, Japan Echo, over.
Que también va a ver la misma película, fue un poco choqueante y más en algunas escenas puntualmente está el bebé con su mamá llorando haciendo fila, y el soldado japonés en un momento toma al bebé y lo tira contra el piso, ¿no? En esa escena quedamos todos choqueados, pero bueno, como comentamos, es parte de la historia, ¿no? Y es como una luz al final de este proceso tan duro, ¿no? y tan triste. Y la verdad que en sí grupo, ¿no? de la casa de fotos se ha acompañado en este momento que la verdad que fue duro, ¿no? Pero como vos bien decías, al final la actriz y el bebé pudieron lograr salir, y también eso ha ayudado, por supuesto, a que el mundo viera a través de las fotografías, ¿no? Todas estas atrocidades que cometieron los soldados japoneses.
Y Nelly, ¿cómo te sentiste al terminar la proyección?
Sí, es una historia que sí conocemos. Muchos de nosotros sí hemos leído acerca de esto. No es tan... no es algo que tampoco te enseñan en la escuela. Por ejemplo, yo vivo en México y obviamente no es parte de la historia que te enseñan. Sin embargo, pues sí hemos escuchado muchos de nosotros acerca de esto. Sin embargo, verlo en una película me impactó muchísimo. Había sensaciones muy dolorosas al verla. Silenciar, la tristeza, sí era todo el tiempo de veces caminando, porque las escenas, aunque había escenas muy crudas, la película no era demasiado sangrienta, por decirlo así, y sin embargo las sensaciones que experimentabas cuando la veías eran terribles porque sentías que no que lo estabas viviendo, pero sí que lo estabas viendo y sabes que es algo real. Entonces yo no sé si decir que me sentí con esperanza, pues sí sientes algo de alivio cuando es el final, pero pues te quedan todas estas sensaciones un poco dentro, ¿no? De la impotencia y la tristeza, ¿no? Entonces sí fue demasiado, ¿no? Fue muchas emociones intensas, creo yo.
¿Hubo alguna escena en la película que les impactara especialmente y por qué les conmovió o impresionó tanto?
En mi caso, la escena del bebé que comenté anteriormente, creo que fue a mí la que me dejó como que en un momento quedé dura. Creo que me quedé sin reacción, ¿no? Por la crueldad de la situación y de la escena, y obviamente toda la película tuvo situaciones de suma crueldad, pero tomar a un bebé que esté llorando con su mamá, un bebé súper chiquito de meses, y que lo tomen y que lo tiren contra el piso, eso la verdad que a mí me choqueó demasiado. Y también noté ese shock, que la verdad que para mí esa escena fue lo más de la película, ¿no? Que hasta la misma pareja de la actriz y el cartero, luego cuando le entregan al bebé muerto, es como que se sintió en ellos, y se vio en ellos, más allá de que por supuesto estaban actuando, pero creo que sintieron esa misma sensación también, ¿no? Más allá de que son actores, por supuesto, ¿no? Pero la crueldad de esa escena es como que traspasó la realidad. Entonces eso a mí realmente, esa escena a mí por sobre todo me impactó. Toda la película es impactante en sí, pero esa escena a mí me dejó helada en ese momento.
Para mí fueron dos. Primero, definitivamente fue esa. Creo que fue demasiado en el momento en que vimos esa parte de la película. Fue... Y quizás sí, un momento imaginabas cuando veías que el soldado estaba desesperado y que sabes que en ese momento no los veías como personas, sí podías decir, ay no, lo va a hacer, no lo va a hacer, pero cuando ya ves que lo hizo sí siento que fue demasiado, tal vez por toda la narrativa, por cómo nos iban contando todo, ya era como mucho, y sí fue una escena demasiado importante. Y también cuando se los llevan a todos y están frente al río, pues sí, o sea, esa escena también fue bastante difícil, y sí, creo que fueron las dos que más me impactaron, la de cuando están frente al río todos, y pues y ves como el río se va con ese tono rojizo que ya tenía, bueno, y todavía pues seguían acabando con la gente, ¿no? Entonces esas dos fueron las escenas más impactantes para mí.
En esta película hay varios personajes y cada uno, decimos, con personalidad muy marcada, como el cartero A Chang, la actriz Yu Xiu, el dueño del estudio Lao Jin y el intérprete Wang Guanghai y el soldado Song, etcétera, etcétera. ¿Qué personaje les causó mayor impresión y por qué? Natalia.
En mi caso, que el cartero. Definitivamente el cartero, porque fue como el inicio, ¿no?, de todo el armado estratégico, ¿no?, para que ellos se pudieran reunir o encontrar en la casa de fotografía, y luego al final como que de alguna manera ya dice, bueno, hasta acá llegué, se llegó al objetivo que, bueno, era salvar vidas, sí, y así se ve la actriz, y bueno, él finalmente muere, ¿no? Entonces creo que sí que fue mi personaje a elección en esta película, ¿no? Con mucha valentía, todos han tenido mucha valentía y todos han cooperado para llegar al mismo objetivo, pero creo que él ha sido el conductor de todo este grupo.
Sí, definitivamente para mí también el cartero Aichan, a mí me daba la impresión que reflejaba mucha inocencia, incluso desde el principio su cara, sus expresiones, todo era bueno, las cosas cómo fue llevando, digamos, su historia fue un poco casualidad o al azar, ¿no? Que bueno, lo dejaron, bueno, todo lo que pasó al inicio se tuvo que quedar y todo lo que estuvo sucediendo. Entonces, sin embargo, para mí él reflejaba algo de inocencia y de bondad, y dices, y creo que incluso hasta el final bueno, todos los personajes principales, ¿no?, tenían cierta bondad, pero él me da la impresión que él lo reflejaba bastante, y en medio de todo lo que veía, creo que es esa resistencia que a veces puedes llegar a tener, que incluso viendo situaciones muy dolorosas, pues no quieres perder alguna parte característica, ¿no? Algo y en el caso de él, a mí era lo que me reflejaba cierta, a pesar de todo lo que veía, de todo lo que estaba pasando, me dio la impresión que deseaba permanecer, hacer lo correcto, vaya. Entonces a mí me gustó su personaje y me dejó un impacto.
Y antes de ver esta película, ¿usted había oído hablar de la masacre de Nanjing? Y después de verla, ¿les ha aportado una nueva perspectiva o una mayor comprensión de ese periodo histórico?
Yo había leído, había escuchado algunas cosas acerca de todo lo que fue, ¿no?, la guerra, la masacre, pero creo que verlo en una película con imágenes para mí fue muy impactante, mucho más impactante. Entonces, que sí, el poder visualizarlo de esta manera me hizo escapar un poco, ¿no?, de lo que dicen los libros, y a través de estas imágenes ampliar ese conocimiento, ¿no?, que para mí fue bastante duro verlo, pero creo que me ha llevado, sí, completamente a una mayor comprensión de lo que sea, ¿no?, en esta masacre. Un tema bastante doloroso de la historia, pero es parte de la historia, ¿no?, como yo digo.
Y Nelly.
Sí, anteriormente había leído, creo que no porque lo buscara, sino de esas veces que buscas alguna cosa y llegas a algún dato. Había leído sobre la masacre y sí había visto las imágenes, bueno, las fotografías pues básicamente son públicas, entonces sí son horribles, pero definitivamente la película te transporta al ambiente que ellos estaban pasando, te transporta, es algo que fue real, hace todavía más real, más doloroso, ponerle cara, incluso ponerle nombres. Entonces creo que sí, además pienso que realmente la película, aunque obviamente habla muy difícil, la película siento que está muy bien contada, la narrativa es muy buena, la fotografía es muy buena, entonces tiene muchos elementos positivos en cuanto a la religión, creo yo, es muy buena en ese aspecto, y pues definitivamente la historia es una historia que debe seguir siendo contada, entonces sí pienso que te da más comprensión sobre ese episodio histórico.
Existen multitud de películas sobre el frente europeo de la Segunda Guerra y se han convertido en clásicos internacionales. Natalia, ¿qué opinas tú sobre la singularidad de Dead to Rights? ¿Y te ayudó a comprender algo más sobre ese periodo histórico?
Sí, claro que sí. Como dije, es parte de una historia, ¿no? Los libros nos pueden decir muchas cosas, pero verla representada o ver representado ese proceso histórico en una película con imágenes tan reales y escenas tan bien logradas, creo que a uno, como que uno se mete mucho en la película, siente parte, ¿no? Desde el dolor también, ¿no? Porque la verdad que a mí a lo largo de toda la película hubo escenas que yo me tapaba la boca, por ejemplo, ¿no? Porque me generaba mucho, por ejemplo, la escena del bebé o la del río que comentó Nelly también. Creo que este tipo de películas, lo que uno pueda leer o pueda investigar o le puedan contar, estas películas, ¿no? Cuando llegan y son tan bien logradas, porque la verdad que es una película de muy buena calidad, actores excelentes, la fotografía y las imágenes son excelentes, creo que a uno le permite entender muchísimo más, ¿no? de aquel momento.
Y Nelly, esta película ha traído en estos días atención tanto en China como en otros países. ¿Crees que puede servir para ayudar a los espectadores extranjeros a comprender lo que hizo en aquel periodo y a promover un diálogo intelectual por la paz?
Sí, yo creo que definitivamente sí, porque en México esta parte de la historia yo no recuerdo haberla escuchado nunca, tal vez sí y se me olvidó. Fue ya de adulta cuando yo conocí la historia de la masacre de Nanjing. Entonces creo que de nuevo en el caso de México, de México, no recuerdo que que se le dé voz o se le dé vista a esta, solo la gente que estudia chino a veces, o la gente que está más relacionada con la cultura china, pues lo sabe. Pero entonces siento que ver este tipo de películas yo diría que incluso llega, pues que no, a veces uno dice, ay, ¿cómo no han escuchado acerca de esto? Pero puede ser que realmente no han escuchado acerca de la masacre de Nanjing. Entonces lo pone a la vista este hecho histórico tan importante, son que tienen que ser contadas para que no se vuelvan a repetir. La película está muy bien contada, creo que es una buena herramienta para contar esta parte de la historia para que sea recordada y para que no sea.
Nelly, ¿cómo comentas tú de la singularidad de esta película estudio fotográfico de Nanjing o Dead to Rights en inglés?
Bueno, nada más me viene así a la mente rápido la lista de Schindler, que es también muy buena, pero la singularidad de esta película a mí me gustó mucho, por ejemplo, los tonos que utilizaba, se veía frío, expresaba casi toda la película el tono gris con el que se veía todo, pues todas las imágenes finalmente reflejaba lo que estaba sucediendo, ¿no? Que eran momentos de dolor, que eran momentos de guerra. Entonces el tono de los colores y la escena cuando están todos juntos, que se están despidiendo, que le dice a la niña que no va a cierto lugar y empieza el papá a preguntar los diferentes fondos del estudio fotográfico. Quizás sientan que es el último momento en que estarán juntos y se ilumina todo, ¿no? Entonces pienso que el uso del color, los personajes están muy bien construidos, transmiten lo que deseaban transmitir. A mí me parece que sí está muy bien lograda. Entonces, de nuevo yo pienso que sí está muy bien contada la película. Digamos que es una buena historia y la fotografía es muy buena. Yo creo que todas nosotros y todos los que estaban ahí, todos estaban totalmente conectados con lo que estaba pasando. O sea, estabas temblando, estabas llorando, te enojabas en los momentos en que sucedían ciertas cosas. Era una indignación. Entonces, eso es porque realmente la película pudo transmitir, sí es el hecho histórico, pero también es que la película pudo transmitirte el mensaje de la manera que buscaba.
Coincido con lo que ha dicho Nelly anteriormente y por supuesto que a las generaciones más jóvenes que quizás no han podido o no les han contado o nunca se han enterado, ¿no?, de esta parte de la historia, creo que la película sin lugar a dudas les puede dar un amplio conocimiento de lo que fue la masacre, ¿no?, en medio de la guerra. Vuelvo a repetir, ¿no?, la película para mí también está muy bien lograda. Las escenas, la verdad, son muy reales. Yo las sentí desde ese punto de vista, ¿no?, muy reales. Y esto tiene que ver, ¿no?, por supuesto también con el compromiso que han tomado los actores, ¿no?, al momento de participar. La verdad que a mí me gustó mucho, ¿no?, desde el punto de pude entender un poco más de lo que sucedió y entiendo también que seguramente los próximos espectadores van a sentir lo mismo, transitar a través de distintas sensaciones a lo largo, ¿no?, de todo el tiempo que transcurre la película. Así que sí, claramente sí.
La masacre de Nanjing es un recuerdo doloroso para la humanidad. La película transmite un fuerte anhelo de paz también. Perciben similitudes y diferencias en la forma de afrontar las heridas de la guerra y proteger la paz respecto a sus países de origen.
En el caso de Argentina sí hemos tenido un episodio muy doloroso en el año 1982, que fue la Guerra de Malvinas. Sí, una guerra que se dio en las Islas Malvinas. Para nosotros, Islas Malvinas. Y sí, fue un episodio muy doloroso, también parte de nuestra historia, pero como lo conversaba con ustedes, ¿no?, cuando terminamos la película, creo que obviamente todas las guerras, todas las invasiones y todo esto, ¿no?, que conlleva a situaciones de extrema tristeza, dolor, muertes por todo, pero creo que fue, a mi modo de ver, por lo que he leído o estudiado o lo que me han contado, ¿no?, creo que fue el episodio más cruel de todos. Creo que no hay de otro momento de la historia que ha sido tan particular desde el punto de vista de la crueldad, me parece. Para Malvinas nosotros ha sido cruel y es una herida que no sana, pero masacre de Nanjing creo que fue de extrema crueldad.
Nosotros tenemos un hecho histórico, no es parecido porque no está relacionado directamente con la guerra, se le llama a la masacre de Tlatelolco, fue en 1968, el 2 de octubre, y esto fue más bien un episodio terrible dentro de la historia. Bueno, todas las vidas son importantes, digamos que a nivel magnitud así, quizás no se pueda comparar tampoco, porque estamos hablando de una guerra y estamos hablando de esto de un problema interno, ¿no?, que surgió dentro de México. Sin embargo, quizás la similitud es el deseo de seguir contando algo que pasó en la historia. Por ejemplo, en el caso de la masacre de Tlatelolco hay una frase que dice: el 2 de octubre no se olvida, y precisamente para lo que decíamos hace un momento, esto se cuenta para que no se repita, para que la gente vea lo que en ciertos momentos de historia es capaz de hacer la gente, por poder, por lo que quieras, y que recuerden constantemente para que no se repita. Entonces, quizás la similitud no es en la magnitud de números, sin embargo, sí es en el dolor que causa este tipo de hechos. Entonces, lo que decimos es importante que se transmita y que la gente lo vea y que se quede dentro de la memoria de todos para no estar repitiendo este tipo de situaciones.
Gracias por sus comentarios. Y la película invita a reflexionar sobre la importancia de la paz. formamos parte de las generaciones jóvenes que tenemos una responsabilidad en el mundo actual. Natalia y Nelly, ¿qué creen que podemos hacer para proteger y promover la paz en el mundo?
En primer lugar, que creo que transmitir hechos que han pasado a lo largo de la historia, sí, teniendo en cuenta de que, bueno, hoy transitamos con generaciones muy jóvenes, no han tenido la oportunidad de estudiar o de leer, investigar, ¿no?, determinados temas. Creo que estos temas, contarlos, ¿no?, que sea a la gente que no ha llegado y que se sepa, ¿no?, de alguna manera permite comprender un poco también más al mundo, ¿no? Y también el diálogo, la comunicación entre los países, creo que había también para promover la paz y proteger. Por supuesto que sabemos que el mundo está convulsionado, vivimos en un mundo en el cual todos los países tienen culturas distintas, no enfoques distintos o maneras distintas de vivir, patrones culturales completamente diferentes, y más en aquellos países que estamos a mucha distancia o que hay mucha distancia entre ellos. Pero bueno, creo que la comunicación, el diálogo va a ser o hace, ¿no?, a la protección y a la promoción de la paz en el mundo. Es una pregunta bastante complicada, bastante amplia, ¿no?, que creo que llevaría mucho tiempo de debate, pero creo que por sobre todo el diálogo y comprender ciertas cuestiones que han ocurrido para evitar que esas cosas vuelvan a ocurrir.
Pero tus padres son caboverdianos, ¿no?
Correcto.
¿Y tú juegas en Cabo Verde?
Sí, fui seleccionado con la selección absoluta y luego también pues Cristi.
Tú te imaginas ella llorando con las lágrimas. En este tren hasta que venga Serrat aquí en directo por una noche.
Tendrá que venir.
Tendrá que venir.
Digo yo.
Vamos, ya le estarán
Digo
diciendo
yo.
todas las noches ahí los del último tren te ponen. Bueno, pues qué bonito.
De mucho trabajo, de mucho esfuerzo, y la verdad es que ver que después tu equipo te corresponde con ese partidazo que se han marcado los chicos, pues yo creo que ya hay las autoridades que han venido al campo han estado muy contentas. Está la presidenta del gobierno balear, el alcalde de la ciudad, y creo que todo el mundo se ha ido muy contento, muy satisfecho. 4.000 personas en el campo, yo todavía visto así en mi vida. Y la verdad es que ha sido una pasada.
Qué bonito. Te preguntaba por la presidenta, porque no lo saben los oyentes, que imagino que no lo saben, la presidenta del club es la mujer, en este caso Guillén, del entrenador. Ahora cuando vayáis a casa, ¿comentáis el partido y o se acaba el fútbol al entrar en casa?
No, que va, nunca se acaba el fútbol con nosotros. Nos conocimos en un campo de fútbol. Y seguimos ligados al mundo del fútbol. Yo desde ya 32 años que entreno, porque empecé a entrenar muy jovencito, me retiré relativamente pronto, ahora ya tengo 51 años, llevamos casados 15, pero llevamos algunos más juntos, y siempre ha ido todo ligado al mundo del fútbol. Y ella cuando la conocí ya entrenaba, y ella es periodista, es de Bolsonaro.
Muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama ella?
Valeria Bolsonaro. Lo que pasa es que no ejerce.
Ya. Entre otras cosas, no sé cómo está el tema de la renovación, pero me imagino que no habrá problema para llegar a un acuerdo en la renovación, ¿o cómo va?
Bueno, hay que intentar llevarlo todo. Es así, porque después en casa tenemos muchas disputas en cuanto a la actividad del club deportiva. Yo tiro por un lado, ella tira por el otro, y cada uno tira por los que hay ciertas fricciones, claro, como podéis imaginar, pero bueno, nada más de cualquier manera.
Y ahí el jefe, el entrenador, y la presidenta trabaja a partido.
Tenemos familiares en Panamá, mañana por ahí, llega un poquito más tarde porque ella mañana trabaja a las 6, trabaja en el despertador, Y bueno, y a trabajar pues bien y contentos y satisfechos. Mañana no pasa nada,
buenas tardes, como digo, con la presidenta y con el marido entrenador de este Constancia, que hoy ha dado una hora. ¿De qué manera se Girona para la alegría de todo el mundo, a pesar de la
Muy bien, muchas gracias. Ha sido un placer poder hablar y conversar con vosotros.
También es el fútbol de nuestro país, solamente la Champions y los grandes equipos de primera división. Un abrazo.
Venga, un abrazo.
Hasta luego. Y ahora sí que destacar de la categoría de Copa.
El resto se han metido 7 equipos de segunda: Atlético Tordesillas 1, Burgos 2, Logroñés 0, Racing de Santander 4, UCAM Murcia 1, Cádiz 3, Roda 1, Granada 5, Tropezón 1, Cultural Leonesa 3, San Fernando 0, Albacete 3, Utebo 0, Huesca 3 y el que ha caído de segunda es Las Palmas, que ha perdido 3-1 contra el Extremadura, el único equipo de segunda federación clasificado hoy. Y además de Ourense, de primera federación, se han metido otros 4 equipos: Langreo 0, Racing de Ferrol 0, clasificado en los penaltis el Racing de Ferrol, Rayo Majadahonda 1, Talavera de la Reina 4, Guadalajara 2, Cacereño 1 y Alcalá 0, Tenerife 4.
Qué bonita es la Copa, Antón Meana, ¿eh?
Pues la verdad que sí, muy bonita.
Espera que saluda a todos a Sanedrín. Venga, tiempo es Sanedrín. Hasta luego, Javi.
Adiós, chao.
Hola, Antonio Romero, muy buenas.
¿Qué tal? Muy buenas a todos.
Hola, Jesús Gallego, ¿qué tal?
Hola, buenas noches.
Julio Pulido, muy buenas.
¿Qué tal? Buenas noches a todos.
Y el Martín Talavera, que ha estado narrando esa victoria de España. Hola, Tala.
¿Qué tal, Manu? Buenas noches.
En Barcelona, Jordi Martí. Buenas noches, Jordi.
Buenas y muy buenas.
Enseguida se incorpora Quique Rodríguez y está por aquí Iturralde González. Hola, Itu.
Hola, buenas noches.
Ya está también en Carrusel con Garrido y todo el equipo. Y Javi Raez. Hola, Javi. Muy buenas.
Hola, ¿qué tal? A todos, buenas noches.
Ahora se incorpora también Adrián Alves. Enseguida hablamos del asunto de Lamine. Empezamos con el asunto de Vinicius. Pero digo que qué bonita la Copa, ¿eh? No, todavía no es perfecta, ¿eh? Todavía no es perfecta. A mí, de verdad, yo sigo echando... Yo creo que todavía debería parecerse más a la Copa inglesa. A mí me gusta... Es verdad que cuando se cambió con Rubiales, para mí el cambio fue a mejor, pero me gusta, y lo sigo diciendo cada año, que entren los grandes desde el principio. Sorteo puro desde el principio. Ya está. Le toca al Constancia en campo de Girona, pues van al campo de Girona y van a disfrutar igual.
Sí, un partido hasta la final.
Totalmente, un partido hasta la final, que en el campo del que toque el sorteo.
Y la final a 4 con los 4 equipos, una misma
por ejemplo,
ciudad.
una Final Four ahí también.
Una Final Four, una ciudad, 4 equipos, las aficiones de los 4 equipos conviviendo.
Pero escúchame, una ciudad que no sea
real. No te gusta el son, ¿no?
Una ciudad que no sea real.
No, la verdad que no me gusta nada. No te gusta.
Y luego, ¿por qué los 4 no
ya se Supercopa no me parece que es lo que
¿cuándo van a estar?
Lo que pasa es la competición. Y jugar un partido en Miami a lo que daba la liga, que 4 equipos de la liga jueguen 2 partidos en el Copa, que parece de acuerdo. Me parece que así era la competición lo que hacemos sorteo puro, por el calendario que tiene que jugar la Supercopa. Bueno, el Atlético de Madrid que quedó tercero en la liga, 2 partidos en el Copa y llega a la final, que la Real Sociedad Valencia, que parece que así era la pero pregunto, ¿así era la competición jugar 2 partidos menos que el resto en la para mí sí que hay una diferencia sustancial, y es que cuando arranca la competición las normas están encima de la mesa y de la otra manera no. Y
otra cosa más, que al final estas 2 rondas que se saltan, que estoy de acuerdo, ojalá pudieran jugar por la ronda totalmente, es porque tienen que pagar el canon de irse a hacer el vuelo de la Supercopa de España muy lejos y
no, pero yo lo que digo que es la primera ronda de la Copa del Rey, que hoy toca Constancia Real Madrid, Constancia Real Madrid en el Bernabéu, pues Real Madrid Constancia. Esto es la Copa de verdad de todos, ¿no?
Según está diseñada la según está diseñada la Supercopa de Arabia, Real Madrid y Barcelona no van a jugar las 2 primeras rondas de la Copa del Rey en toda la historia.
Claro, bueno,
eso se admita.
As well tonight. It sounds like it's Paul Well with ELO.
You're happy about that?
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you'll enjoy
happy
that.
about that. And he's got a quiz for us as well, so all that's come.
36 euros al mes. Ama Mascotas. Su bienestar es tu tranquilidad. Infórmate en amaseguros.com.
Oscar Wilde dijo: sé tú mismo. Los demás puestos están ocupados. Balduero, 6 años.
Fulham needed penalty.
Because there are still put your radio in the world while occupied. Let the ticking sound ring out into the streets.
Following me.
Rates trial for an alleged bottle attack at a London nightclub in 2023. That's the latest from Radio News.
In your car, Lake District Radio.
Still finding my light, and if you ain't already know, I get it in with the flows. I'm ripping every IO, the lyrical ISO. To stay fresh, catch me at the bar with stay sets. 8 steps away from the place you place bets. Believe I be where the stars align. Slipping in the VIP, I never pause for lines. If you cross the line, you get the call.
2トンもある太鼓台を差し上げるところも。
そこで朝6時頃から多分その
with some of our key partners. Ideally, we'd like to get our teams out on the ground tomorrow, if that's possible, and if they can do so safely.
I'll give you a bit of detail on this. So they've gone for an Afghan who entered Britain illegally, was last night being questioned by detectives after a dog walker was stabbed to death. And there's a shocking video. We're not going to play you the incredibly graphic stuff. I've got a couple of things, though, that I think we are going to show you about this incident, which I believe that we can get for you. Let's see what we've got here.
It'll be interesting to see how that develops, and we're of course monitoring everything coming out.
See?
That's amazing, Solon.
Classic.
Don't pick up the underwear.
How
long were you inside for?
Roughly around 2 years. Like, I'm in there with people that are doing life and it's full of them. It's like, these lot are addicted to drugs. And then I'm running in the jail. I've got what they want. Some people have been in there like.
And more wildlife than anywhere else in Britain.
This includes such diseases as dengue fever, Ebola, and other.
Ibrahim evened it up. Do return to us and rejoin your teams. We'll see what happens next. Okay, so the eggheads have pulled one back.
Salam was suffering from an upset stomach. The doctor offered some medicines, and the Promised Messiah salam asked him to pray for him. The Promised Messiah's son, Mirza Bashir,
Leah.
She.
No. What answer did you give?
इसी चीज को जन्नत समझ बैठ
पर है हर एक जालिम को उसने आहनी हाथों से कुचला है.
To our oldest, Zuri, get her.
कुछ नहीं था.
out with you.
Why you?
You're literally.
Spring of 1960.
Italy, huge number.
To turn around. And so anyway, that's what I'm.
Union, tremendous challenges here, ranging from how to deal with a post-Christian society, how to finance the work, but wonderful things are happening here.
Families, and you know what, let me just go into my police officer mentality and turn off my emotions. And I got to be there for my family, I got to be there for the patients and the families. Like, there's no time for me. God knows my heart.
Life is short. Your nails don't have to be. Kim's Mobile Nails extends her invite to bring the mani-pedi experience to you and your friends. When the business of life gets in the way of your beauty routine, your friend Kim will meet you more than halfway.
Hi, I'm Jessica Banks, holistic practitioner. I want you to try something new this year. Somaveda Thai Yoga. Let me
Famous quote by Benjamin Franklin about beer, was there not? There was. Do you mind sharing that with us?
The jewelers to be sized or customized for you. Yes, indeed, all under one roof. Now we're running out through the building, the art department, the collectible department, into the shipping department, so we can hurry and make it into our box to be on your doorstep. Ladies and gentlemen,
It's no surprise that a senior living community would subscribe to the belief that together is better. At Symphony Manor of Roland Park, the focus is on making
out of service.
The new facility sits on a baseball field that hadn't been used in over 30 years.
Halloween candy might be scarier than the costumes. What's causing this spooky spike in the price, and why one expert is calling it a perfect storm.
Update from First Water meteorologist Glenn Glazer coming up.
Are now calling in sick. Some are working second jobs to make ends meet, according to union officials. In one case, a control facility had
just beginning to get organized, and you can see some storms have fired up in East Texas and Louisiana.
I don't get down there till the end. Sometimes I need to be there at the beginning. So it really depends on.
Right. And you don't want to miss out, even though if you do, you will get a refund, obviously. Right. You know what I mean? But like you already paid for it, so you want that picture.
Yeah,
you want
the
it.
signing tables keep moving.
Yeah.
And you don't have one person that's sitting there signing that wants to tell you the life story.
Oh, Terry Reynolds.
Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas.
I don't want to say
Terry
any
Reynolds. But really.
As long as we can
Ricky Morton. Yeah.
You know, a little conversation is great, but as long as we can keep on the tables moving, everyone will get
Love
through.
all four of them, but all four of them should have their own tables out on the floor.
Right.
So they can hold court all day.
Or deleted resolutions?
There were none.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item on our agenda is
network for all things dog. Download the AKCTV mobile app now. From the digital network for all things dog. Download the AKCTV mobile app now. From the digital network for all things dog.
With money, I was the crazy one. I was pushing the $50, $100 bill.
فبتحبط لما بتحس ايه ده انا مش بحب ربنا المحبة الكاملة تطرح الخوف الى خارج ازاي انا كده
Smaller than a cat's ass in an old dog orgy.
And Vicky, nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
I don't like her. If I were petty, I would say I heard that.
Suzanne, this book club.
Curving from east to west. When the sun moves from the east to the west throughout the day, you get a
What if they come together as an egg salad? What if? What if? Now we're gonna make.
So high pressure area will start to move in.
Like winter with ski and
think it's going to have a significant impact on
More than 500,000 people.
There's a chance some of that light rain could.
With a seatbelt or risk of chest injury.
The halls of Schuyler Colfax Middle School are lined with posters telling students to shoot for their dreams and love the life they live. That's also the message of a new poster. No cell phones, the modern obstacle to those aspirations.
Students, please take this opportunity to put your cell phones in your locker if you've not already.
One thing to know about young people is that they are at a chapter in their life that is highly social. They want to know what the other kids are doing, and they also want to know what the other kids think of them. And if you have a device where you can do that 24/7, that is a reason why this is a particularly challenging.
Or live in rural areas.
Fun at the same time. Hey, well, much more on the Pats, and Bert and Ernie talk football with Forey. I always laugh when I say tonight at 9 on TV 38, also streaming on CBS News Boston and on our YouTube channel as well. Pats host the Falcons on Sunday. We'll get you ready with Patriots First Down tomorrow night, 9 o'clock on TV 38 and streaming on CBS News Boston. Hey, be sure to catch Patriots All Access Friday night at 7 on WBZ. We take you behind the scenes. Hear from Mike Vrabel and a whole lot more. And then start your Sunday with Patriots Game Day at 11:30 on BZ. Pats take on the Falcons 1 o'clock, also on BZ, followed by the fifth quarter post-game show over on TV 38. All right, the Bruins. What in the world is going on with the Bruins? They take on the Islanders tonight at the Garden. You want some good news, though? They activated Hampus Lindholm, who's been on IR with a lower body issue, and they need him. Last night was a disaster for the Bees north of the border. Bruins took an early 1-0 lead against the Senators.
We hear from the home run here and swap deal. Your investigator Brian Moss learned.
How Bunkai works its way out. And
you can imagine how Diddy ain't got his barb in there, nigga. Gray all up. He can't get that Just for Men inside it.
Suffer some structural damage.
Grandfather, they sent them to the stars.
Thanks for saving us. No worries, mate.
So what happens if you're captured?
It has been whispered that you are herded.
Go ahead and stand up as tall as you can. Place your feet in tandem if you can. If you can't be in tandem, go to split stance. Standing right next to your chair.
He showed her a video of Tracy Peck fan firing the gun.
I think she was certainly surprised when we explained to her how difficult it would be. I could tell the light bulb went on in her brain, and she said, I got to at least change the story a little bit.
Linda now said she and her husband.
Саида, скажите, а какие способы защиты в настоящее?
And local nonprofits to act.
Be right back.
It's DC's American Idol. The sound competition show is where breakout artists around the district come to be heard. Hosted by Kyle on the mic, the series is a high-energy, eclectic mix of every genre across the musical spectrum. Hear the music and hear the feedback of entertainment industry judges on some of the area's up-and-coming musicians and see who wins. Feel the beat of the sound. Watch anytime, anywhere on the DCE.
Gate swings into the back stretch of the here they go. Here off and pacing Granite Ridge Lady, short early lead to her outside Appletown, to her inside New Kid on the Rock to the pylons, followed by Solstice Begonia. Fuddy Duddy will take back and tuck in on the outside. Fear the Pandas next. Then I'm Mr. Big Stuff, and the trailer is Princess Vanessa as they make their way over to the quarter. Appletown working hard, trying to clear from a yielding Granite Ridge Lady. She is wrestled back to give and go. 28-3 opening quarter. Granite Ridge Lady retakes. Now second Appletown there. Third New Kid on the Rock. Fear the Panda on the outside. Inside Solstice Begonias, followed by Fuddy Duddy. I'm Mr. Big Stuff is seventh, and eighth and last, Princess Vanessa. They're into the to the half, leading the way. 3-5 favorite Granite Ridge Lady there in second. Appletown next. Fear the Panda. Solstice Begonia. Fuddy Duddy stays in.
Doncic against White. Third quarter of play, just over a minute and a half gone by. The kick out to Tatum. Back to White.
Him is that he's 93 kilos, but he walks around at 110. Yeah, he's a former MVP in the South Australian Gridiron League, playing running back and defensive linesman. Now, for those who don't know, running back is normally the most agile person on the team that just runs through, and the defensive linesmen are normally the biggest guys on the defense, trying to stop the guy running through. It's unheard of having someone play those two positions, because you're effectively lining up against the strongest, biggest person to try and combat their fastest, most agile. So he's an athletic machine, this guy. He's cornered by Matt Becker, James Zachariah, and Ricardo Oliveira. I'm always excited to see him. Like you said, 2 weeks ago in this business is almost too soon.
It's unheard of.
You hear guys complaining about 2 fights a year. You hear Conor McGregor complaining about 1 fight every 3 years.
Yeah.
but the fact this guy's putting output, I wouldn't be surprised if he turned pro relatively soon.
Yeah, spot on. Look, spoke to Ike, the promoter, a couple of nights ago, and he said that this fight is actually going to be a contender fight for the title. So the winner of this fight will be able to get a title fight shot immediately after the win. So super excited. Damien wants to send out a shout to his beautiful girl, Lauren, who is the true MVP, and they have a beautiful little girl on the way. So shout out to you, Lauren. Lots of love from Damien.
kilograms. Fighting out of Dark Side MMA, welcome to the cage, Isaac the
Well, now this guy comes from an athletic pedigree. He used to play for Adelaide United, which is a professional soccer team in Adelaide, South Australia. From Darkside MMA, 1-0 as an amateur. He won by first-round knockout over a very tough opponent, PJ Van Gyn.
Yeah.
23 years old. He's been training for 2 years, but usually with guys that come from a professional sporting background, that's their job. They live and breathe it. They don't have side hustles like a lot of these other guys do.
Yeah.
Now he's basically translated into this. He was living at Cardioflex for a while, from my understanding.
Yeah, look, just in regards to that, Andy, it has been a massive change in the last year. As you said, he fought under Cardioflex last time at Apex, did amazingly well against a super opponent in PJ Van Gyn from your club. But Isaac Richards over the last year has gone on a bit of a spiritual journey, had a bit of a blow-up, had a bit of some issues in terms of the pressure of exactly what we're talking about after that first fight. Huge amount of pressure to do what he's done. He's actually gone into state over the last year, and a bit of a spiritual journey and a bit of a searching, soul-searching time for him. He's come back and he's actually been living with his, I believe, his grandma on a farm, which is in the way down south near Victor Harbour. Much more peaceful lifestyle, and due to that has had to change gyms as well. Been training under Kim Robinson, training with the likes of the Geezer and so forth. Massive change for him to change clubs. Been set up against Volar, who's been fighting quite regularly and very, very well. Big call out for Bullcat tonight to do well. All the best to Isaac in his second fight ever.
Two of the best nicknames so far.
The Bullcat versus coming for the honey. And Volar, you notice that he really wanted to check with Isaac that you are going to touch hands, because 2 weeks ago he went in there in Eternal to touch hands. Instead of touching hands, the guy went to touch hands and threw a massive body kick, which Volar laughed it off. Quite funny, so interesting that he wanted to get the proper touch of hands tonight. Oh, huge left high kick. Landed nicely against the beard and the chinnick of Volar, the Pooh Bear. He's come back a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and look at those thighs on Isaac Richards. Chunky, chunky, chunky.
You're going to see how the turnaround in the training camp for Volar, because he usually walks around 110 and going down to 93 and maintaining that for quite that time is something very, hard to do.
And this is exactly Volar's game plan. He knew what he was going to do. It's no secret what he was going to do, but he just beautifully hooked the leg and tripped Isaac Richards to get in top. Taking the back now. Isaac springing back to the feet, trying to get that left arm around to turn the corner and face his opponent. But Volar has got the position. He's almost got the back and looking for a big throw.
And Volar has more gold medals than Michael Phelps in tournaments, so...
Tries to throw again, tries to use the legs for a trip, and the judge comes over and gets Isaac fingers away from the cage. It gives him a little warning, which he grabs the cage again and gets told off immediately.
One more time is probably going to be a point.
Volar working to get the hands clenched together, which he does. Wrist control happening now. Much better position to be able to utilise the throw, and his great big strength and power, using it to left and the right. Does the trip again. Isaac goes down. Full mount.
Full mount as well.
Posturing up. Isaac holding on left and a right to stop these punches from coming.
Oh, good bucking though. That one got through though.
There's 3 or 4 that have landed nicely for the Pooh Bear. Pushes on the forehead, on the face to get his face down so he can punch him easier.
Oh, he's going to get up his back now. Oh, he's got both hooks in as well.
Left and a right, but we know that Isaac is tougher than a $2 steak, trying to have his hands on his ears to stop the punches, but they don't stop coming. Volar is raining them down, the left and a right. Non-stop, turns. Isaac gets his back on the floor. He's giving up his arm as he turns again. It is going to be stopped. It's done. You called it right. Percival at the mercy stops Richards from taking any more punishment, and Volar does a little kick of the gridiron dance to show his strength.
That actually meets the needs of the American people and address the healthcare crisis that Republicans have caused.
After the 13th vote to reopen the government failed in the Senate this afternoon, Vice President J.D. Vance is set to meet with Republican senators to plan a way forward. As the shutdown continues, funding has run dry for the nation's SNAP benefits. Starting November 1st, payments will not be distributed, meaning
like highly electronic back in here. Our EMF reader kept signaling something was ahead. It was right as we were walking down the hallway and we turned the corner into this space right here. Then we found a back room.
No, and I don't like it.
Oh. All right, is anybody in this room here? Oh my, look at that.
Told ya.
Oh. Every time I get closer to it, it moves further away. Is there anybody here with us? It's okay. We're not going to hurt you. We're here to talk with you. Are you shy? Are you a shy ghost? Yeah, it's okay. You saw all that, right? Back downstairs, there were stories to investigate.
O Eletroboi, ele nasce em 2000 e...
Confira agora as principais notícias do campo.
Chefona, quem imaginava que iríamos acabar assim?
Cala a boca, seu energúmeno.
Excelente trabalho, crianças. Vocês trabalharam muito bem. Obrigado, Gélia. Tá aí, inspetor Moreira, seu presente embrulhado. Moreira. Pois é, Morgana. O seu reinado de maldades terminou. Você vai passar muito tempo vendo o sol nascer quadrado. Gélia, vambora. Vamos levando. Bora!
Seu traidor! Como você pode fazer isso comigo?
Você já falou demais. Levem ela.
Meus amigos, quero agradecer o que fizeram por nós. Ficará marcado em nossos corações para sempre. Fizemos histórias. As boas atitudes, respeito, carinho que conquistamos. Foi Deus quem fez. Muito obrigado a todos.
A gente sabe que ainda não acabou. Este foi apenas o começo da batalha.
Vamos limpar a cidade, mobilizar as famílias, os amigos. Se eles seguirem nosso exemplo, vão fazer o que a gente está fazendo.
Tem razão. Não podemos ficar de braços cruzados achando que só as autoridades têm a obrigação de cuidar da natureza.
Se cada um fizer um pouquinho, já vai ajudar. E muito.
E a Morgana não vai mais prejudicar ninguém. E nem a natureza. Por algum tempo.
Vocês do passado têm que cuidar para ninguém poluir os rios e as nascentes. Cuidem das florestas, para vocês não sofrerem, que nem nós lá no futuro.
Vocês me ensinaram a ser melhor. A partir de hoje serei uma outra pessoa.
E será que vocês dois não são parentes?
Quem sabe, né?
Quem sabe ele não é meu pai lá no futuro.
Caio, bem que você poderia me ensinar aquelas paradas.
É isso aí, que legal!
Hey guys, are you ready? Run!
Parece que vocês e Nessie venceram, ponto final.
Talvez as lendas tenham que continuar a serem lendas, Sr. McRobb. Além disso, não é tão ruim. Desde que Nessie fique no lago, o senhor ainda pode vender lembrancinhas.
Ora, rapaz, você é inteligente. Tem certeza que...
時の繁殖にも貢献できてるなっていうのはやっぱりやってて楽しい。
田久保真希市長の学歴詐称疑惑で市議会運営委員会が開かれ、百条委員会の設置と辞職勧告決議案の提出が全会一致で可決されました。伊東市の田久保市長をめぐっては、先月25日の市議会で市議が学歴詐称の疑いを指摘し、強い調査権限がある百条委員会の設置を求めていました。その後、田久保市長は大学を卒業しておらず除籍だったことが判明しました。今日、市議会運営委員会が開かれ、百条委員会の設置と辞職勧告決議案の提出が全会一致で可決されました。7日の本会議最終日で採決されます。学歴詐称疑惑をめぐり、伊東市長の辞職勧告決議案が議会に諮られることが決まりました。今日午後、静岡市で県内の市長が集まる定例の会議が開かれました。渦中のあの人は。
本日の会議の出欠状況についてでございますが、田久保伊藤市長さんが欠席となっております。
卒業は確認ができませんでした。で、除籍であるということがその場では判明がいたしました。
伊東市の田久保真希市長の学歴詐称疑惑。
広報伊藤というのは、これは伊東市が発行する冊子なわけですから、公文書なわけですよ。非常に大きな問題なわけなんで、私の勘違いでしたっていうレベルで済む話ではないっていうことです。
今日、市議会で開かれた議会運営委員会。
決議案は最終本会に提出することといたしたいと思います。これにご異議ありませんか。なし。ご異議なしと認め、採用決定いたしました。
田久保市長への辞職勧告決議案について、来週月曜の本会議で採決することを決定。強い調査権限を持つ百条委員会の設置も採決されることが決まりました。いずれも賛成多数で可決される見通しです。
伊東市が、もうこんなに混乱させないでもらいたい、もう早く終結してもらいたいというのが一番です。今日、辞職勧告決議案が出たんですけれども、早く、職を辞していただきたいと今、思っております。
田久保市長は、騒動によって迷惑がかかることなどを理由に、今日からあさって日曜までの公務をすべてキャンセル。
いろいろなところで逃げ出さないとか言ってるけど、逃げ出してるじゃないですか。本当にそういうの本当にもっとね、自分見つめてしっかりと責任取ってもらいたいと思いますね。
田久保市長の学歴詐称疑惑をめぐり、市民らが公職選挙法違反の疑いで週明けにも刑事告発することを予定しているということです。
大学を卒業していないのに卒業したと選挙前に公表した疑いが持たれているわけなんですが、これをめぐってですね、伊東市では市議会で田久保市長に対する辞職勧告決議の採決、もう来週早々にもこういった動きになって、さらに市民からは刑事告発の動きも出てきているということなんですね。そんな中で市長本人はもう昨日はですね、公務も取りやめて、登庁もしないという雲隠れ状態になっています。一体この問題どうなっていくんでしょうか。
卒業は確認ができませんでした。で、除籍であるということがその場では判明がいたしました。
東洋大学卒業ではなく除籍だったことを明らかにした伊東市の田久保真希市長。
伊東市が、もうこんなに混乱させないでもらいたい、早く、職を辞していただきたいと今思っております。
卒業は確認ができませんでした。で、除籍であるということがその場では判明がいたしました。
この会見の2日後、静岡市で県内の市長が集まる定例の会議が開かれました。渦中の田久保市長は、
本日の会議の出欠状況についてでございますが、田久保伊藤市長さんが欠席となっております。
伊東市の田久保真希市長の学歴詐称疑惑。市の広報誌にも 東洋大学法学部卒業と掲載されていますが、
私が経歴を詐称しているというようなことは一切ございません。
学歴詐称疑惑とともに問題になっているのが、田久保市長が市議会に見せた卒業証書とされる文書です。
だからさっと出されて、さっと目をいったらスッとさられて、引かれて、って見えないよ、ちょっともう一回ずつです。さっとまた出したけど、またさっとさ。
じゃあなんかチラ見って感じ？
チラ見です本当に。
議会が開かれる前、中島議長と副議長は挨拶のために市長室を訪問。東洋大学卒ってなんだ、中退どころか私は除籍であったと記憶しているという市議宛ての文書について事実確認を求めると、2つ折りのカバーのついた卒業証書だという文書を見せられたといいます。田久保市長はカバーを開くと一瞬で閉じてしまったため、学部名と名前があったことしか確認できず、中島議長がそれではしっかり見えないと言っても、市長はまたすぐに閉じてしまったといいます。この時見せられた卒業証書のようなものは見開きの右側にあったそうです。
同じ、平成4年に卒業した人の卒業証書を、見せてもらった時に、ちょっと明らかにその時見たチラ見したものとはちょっと違うなっていう。
これは田久保市長が卒業したと主張していた年と同じ年の東洋大学の卒業証書です。卒業証書はカバーを開くと左側にあります。
開いて左側に本物はあったけれども、見せられた時には右側にあったと思います。
一体何を見せたのか、田久保市長は未だにはっきりと説明していません。釈明会見を終えた2日の夜、もともと予定されていた市長と語る会に出席した田久保市長。住民からは厳しい声が。
市民をバカにするのもいい加減にしろというのが自分の感想です。はっきり言って一日も早く辞任してほしいというふうな感想を持ちました。つまり信用できないということです。
全てが嘘の上塗りのような気がしてなりません。そういう方に自分たちの市長の長としてお任せすることができるんだろうか。
で、私も自分の説明の仕方と姿勢について、もう一度見直してきっちりと、しなければいけないなというふうに今認識をしております。
大学から取り寄せているものが届いたら説明